My name is Julia Jones. I'm the producer of the Calaveras and Sonora Wedding Fairs. And today's class is talking about how to sell and market yourself at the show. This video and the next video that I'm going to do are the two most important videos for you to watch that will determine how successful you are with my shows or any vendor event, period. Let me give you an example. When is the last time you went to the Home and Garden Show and you walked around with your little bag and you talked to people at all the different booths and you fell in love with probably 150 products that you absolutely had to have, that you were going to absolutely get right after the show, and you put all those brochures in your bag and you went home? How many of you sat down and pulled all those brochures out and called every one of those people? None of you did that. That's not real. That's not how it works. You can stand at the show and hand out 300 awesome brochures that are the best designed, most awesome thing you produced. You spent so much time, you handed them out. No one is going to book you based on that. Your booth can look awesome. You can hand the brochures out. A show is not about you giving information to them. It is, and that is important. But a show is more about making the initial connection with that potential customer and you getting information from them. So the important exchange of information is from the potential customer to you. So I'm going to use myself as an example, and in how I worked this, how I used to do this when I was an exhibitor at the show. And then I'm going to kind of use a couple of other examples, but you're going to have to be creative and take what I'm teaching you today and put your own spin on that and find how your unique business can use this same strategy, because this can be very different for different types of businesses. So years ago, before I started producing shows, I would get a bridal fair booth. I used to be in the Party and Wedding Fair down in Modesto before I bought and took over that show. I was a vendor at the show, just like you. So in my booth, this was my strategy. I had a handout that I gave people that listed the 10 most horrible things that can happen at a wedding if you don't have a day of coordinator. Okay? This did not talk about me. This flyer that I handed out did not say anything about me. It did have my website at the bottom, but it didn't say, to avoid these, book Julia. No, I just handed them the information and said, this is what you do not want to happen to you. So then I had a show special where if they book an appointment with me at the show, they got 2 additional hours of wedding coordination time for free. So if you book me, if you schedule an appointment with me today at the show for a one-on-one phone call where we can go over your wedding and talk about what needs you might have, if you book that appointment with me and then you book me as your wedding coordinator, you will get 2 free hours. So you book me for 8 hours, you're going to get 10 hours. You book me for 10 hours, you're going to get 12 hours. So, but they only could get that show special if they booked an appointment with me at the show. So a couple of other examples here would be, as a photographer, you could offer, if you book an appointment with me today to go over your wedding and what needs you might have, you will get a free engagement session if you hire me as your wedding photographer. That's your show special. Okay, only people who book an appointment with you on the day of the show can get this special, and it has to be something that they want. So I had, my physical calendar Because sometimes that's a little more convincing than putting it in your phone. Of course, back in the day, we didn't have calendars in phones, but we're not going to talk about that. But I had my calendar, and I would put in ink their name and phone number at the day and time that they wanted to book their appointment. Now, overcoming objections is also part of sales. And you have to know that when you say that, you have to book an appointment with me today, the first thing they're gonna say is, "Oh, I don't have my calendar with me. I don't know when I'm free." Or, "I know I'm free on Wednesdays, but I don't know about my fiance. He might not be free." They're gonna give you some kind of excuse as to why they just can't do that. So you overcome that objection by saying, "That doesn't even matter. If we just pick a day and time, if Wednesdays are typically good for you, let's pick next Wednesday at 3 o'clock. And after the show, I'm going to call and confirm every appointment. And if we need to change your appointment at that time, we can do that. But because you scheduled the appointment at the show, you will still qualify for the show special. So if you don't book anything today, you can't get that special. So it's pretty easy to overcome that if you just say, it's okay. You don't have to have it at that time. I can call and reschedule it on a different day and time once you have your calendar in front of you, and that's going to be fine. So the more connections that you have, I know for myself, the second bridal fair that I did, the first one was a learning curve for me. The second one, with me being a vendor as a wedding coordinator, I left that day with 15 appointments booked. And of those 15 appointments, I booked 10 of those weddings. And that's pretty much a season for, a wedding coordinator. So I left that show highly successful. My primary way of booking became shows, and it was because I left with their information and I followed up on that, but I had a connection and a commitment from them. They were invested because we had that appointment scheduled. Now I'm going to give you another example. So a friend of mine has the lingerie store downtown called Fit and Pretty, and she does custom bra fittings for women, which for women is a hot topic. Okay. No woman that I've ever met naturally wears the correct bra size. It's like some mystery thing. And when you go to the store, nobody can help you. And we all are just frustrated over this. Okay. Well, if you go to Fit and Pretty, she does a fitting with you and she tells you, here's what size you are, here's the brands that are going to be best for you, that carry that size, that will be the most comfortable fit for you. So it's very customized, and it's a service that we need in the world. So with her, what they had her show special was that she could give out a coupon that said, come in for your fitting to get your custom bra size fitted and 10% off your first purchase. And so she would again take, that appointment. Same thing. It's okay if you can't come at that day and time. I'm going to call and confirm that, and we can change that if you need to. But they could only get the free bra size and 10% off their first purchase if they book that at the show. So again, you're writing down their name and number. Now, one technology that I've added to the show that's going to make this even easier for you is the bride scan technology, and the fact that you get the leads list right after the show. So if you go back and watch, I think it was 3 or 4 videos ago, the intro video, Welcome to the Show, you'll hear what that bride scan technology is. And that's going to make this process even easier. But I'm keeping this video a little shorter than the others, but the important thing to remember is on the day of the show, you hand out as many brochures as you can. That is fantastic. Go for it. But the most important thing is for you, the vendor, to get information from them that you're going to walk away with. So if you have questions about how to customize this process, ideas for your specific business, I'm always happy to brainstorm with you and give you a few ideas. But what you want is the show special. And if scheduling an appointment is not right for your type of business, that could be scheduling an open house afterwards that people could come to, where they could get a store-wide sale, or I don't know, there's some kind of thing after the show that gets them either on the phone with you, into your storefront, into your studio, even at a Starbucks to sit down for coffee, whatever fits your business. But that's the goal, to leave with appointments that you are going to follow up on. Okay? So, again, if you need help, let me know. You can always call me at Sierra Bridal. You can email me, direct message me. I'm always here for you. And I look forward. The next class is important, so look for that email to come out next, okay? Thank you.